it's important to define curiosity. What is it? It's the desire to know. And what I talk about in the book really is more focused on deep curiosity. So how do we go beneath the surface, kind of like I was explaining in the last answer. And so I define deep curiosity as a desire to understand. And it's a force for connection and for transformation. So this is less about how do I get information and facts for trivia, and instead, how do I get the stories or the insights of who a person is, what matters to them, how they flourish, what makes them feel like they belong, what lights them up, who lights them up, those kinds of questions. And curiosity is something that we're all born with, thanks to our ancestors. So if you think back to, when we needed someone in the group to know that there was water or food over that mountain, if only we could explore it, or to learn, right? To learn about communication. Babies, when we babbled as babies, that's our way of getting curious about our vocal anatomy. and constructing language, even tool creation and growing as individuals is really a big part of that, is our curiosity, or understanding and communing with the divine for those of us that are religious. I mean, that is a part of curiosity as well. And so it is something that we're all born with. Studies show that infants look at novel stimuli for longer than known stimuli. So we know that it's not something taught to us necessarily. We also know that we release dopamine when we are curious, which is also a really exciting insight. Dopamine is also known as the happy hormone, and it's released when we're having sex or when we're eating really delicious food, and it incentivizes us. It feels good. It feels good to be curious, and so into your question around, is it different in different cultural contexts? I mean, I think we're all really curious. I think maybe different cultures and environments support curiosity in different ways, right? A school system in one area might support a child's curiosity by having them explore their own questions, what they get excited about, getting them out into nature to do all walks and get curious about the natural world in a different way than maybe another school system does. So we all have the power, and that's the big piece of the book, is it's in you, okay? And contrary to popular belief, it isn't just for children, even though they ask hundreds of questions and we have that whole trope, right? And it's not just for the artists and creatives. When you look at the meta-analysis of the data, we actually get more curious over our lifespan up until cognitive decline. So in fact, our elders are the most curious people, on the planet at the moment. And so I think that's so important for us to remember. We all have it. We just need to learn how to practice it and how to build it like a muscle.